Okay, I thought I'd make a separate video about the Cirka Gamecube controller. This is a tear apart video. Now, I'm also going to reassemble it because this is one of my favorite controllers. So I thought I'd show you the inside of this controller. It's slightly a bit different than the one for TTX Tech, although you may see some similarities. And there are some differences also. So, like most generic GameCube controllers, they use a Phillips screwdriver, not a tri-wing like Nintendo. What you want to do is you want to flip to the back side, and you are presented with these 6 screws right there. If you have the TTX Tech one, there would be a sticker right here, or at the top. Since this is Cirka, no sticker is included, which is good because I honestly hate when they put a QC Pass sticker on it. So let's go ahead and open this controller. There's one screw. What's nice is this is a magnetic screwdriver, so it takes out the screws. Sometimes it picks it up, other times it doesn't. But most of the time it does. 3, 4. Oops. Fell on the carpet. But that's okay. It's just a screw. And one more. Once you get those 6 screws out, you can pop the back off. Or you can pop the front. I would recommend the back because some of them will have additional screws on the inside. So let's take this piece off before I show you the content. Let me show you the content of the shoulder buttons. As you can see, there is no protection on here, so if you end up squeezing it while this is intact, the spring could make them fly off. And one of the rubber membranes pops off the side. Let's fix that. There we go. That's just lovely. The same thing happened with my TTX Tech controller. Oh boy, it's deja vu all over again. I really wish they put the bracket things like the official Nintendo controller. Some TTX Tech controllers actually had the bracket things. This Cirka doesn't for some reason. And compared to a back off of a Nintendo one, you may or may not be able to fit this in a Nintendo shell. It could not be done. Try at your own risk. If you break your controller, I am not responsible for that. Let's set this right here. Now let's take a look at the circuitry. As you can see, the rumble pack is right here. I did take this apart beforehand. I don't remember which orientation this goes. I'll probably fix that off camera. This is your Z button. And this has no spring on it. This is the cord that wraps around it. Let's take this piece out. Before I show you the circuit board, let me show you the button padding. You got your A, B, X, Y here, your start button, and your directional pad. Let's take the buttons out. This is your directional pad. How awesome is this thing? It's way better than the actual Nintendo one. It's more functional and it feels better on the hand. Although some of you may disagree with me. The start button, don't lose this. And now the face buttons. You got your A button. You got your B button. You got your Y button. And you got your X button. Rubber padding. You got your front of the controller. Once again, I'm not sure if you can actually fit an actual Nintendo branded controller on this. It could be done. I'll have to say try at your own risk. But once again, if you break your controller, I'm not responsible. And here you have your left and right sticks. This one looks a wee bit different than the one for the TTX Tech one, although you may see some similarities. You have your turbo and slow functions. If you were to make cutouts and rubber membranes on there, these will work. I've done this with the TTX Tech controller while it was disassembled, well actually without the top cover, and they do work. The left stick, let me show you something really cool without breaking it off. Ooh. The notch is like a wee nunchuck, and on the C stick, can I break this? Or can I? There we go. It's normal, like most controllers. And if you want to switch the two, you can. It would look like this. So I would leave the C stick where it was, unless you really want to have double C sticks. Hang on, I'm going to do a jump cut. Sorry about that jump cut. I had to fix the rumble pack and the potentiometers off camera because I didn't want to break a wire or something. I spent a good $5 on this. Well, $5 on a controller that looked like one that I used to have. But once you have it all reattached and stuff, you want to set this here, line up the holes, line up the C stick board, and make sure the space button paddings are lined up properly, the sliders are up, and if you have ones that have screws on it, you want to screw those back in. You want to be sure the cord goes around properly, because if you put the cord in wrong, you could actually damage your controller. I've had that happen to my Tomy SNES controller, and I don't want this to have the same fate as that. Well, oh no, I forgot the directional pad. Good times. Make sure you have all the pieces in, otherwise you'll be thinking, why does my controller have a big gaping hole? And no, it's because you forgot to put a part in it. Now the D-pad you can put any way you'd like. I prefer having a little notch on the top right, because most of my controllers I've had it that way, so it makes it feel more authentic to me. Now you want to be sure you actually set this back in the board. Back in the casing like this, making sure the tabs line up, then wrap the cord around. Just be careful. There we go. Then you put your Z button. You want to make sure it lines up properly. If your controller has the little spring on it, you want to line up the spring to where it goes. And lovely, one of my shoulder buttons. Never mind, I got it. And the Z button flies off. Wow, I'm having one heck of a day or night, depending on when you're watching this video. It's technically 9:30 my time by the time I'm putting this back together. I don't even know why I'm taking it apart. Oh yeah, see how it goes. Make sure these sliders are intact and put the brackets with the screws on them if it has them, or you could do it without them. This one came without them. Maybe I'll take some from a broken controller. Maybe I'll take it from my broken Wavebird, if it fits. I'll probably do it off camera and let you know. Then you basically re-screw the 6 screws. Make sure all the buttons work. Make sure none of the buttons stick. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'll redo the screws off camera, but you would take your Phillips or Tri-Wing and put it back in the 6 holes. So thanks for watching. This is Greek Rock 1 signing off.